Um, a very good morning and welcome to another edition of our self-determination campaign. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, popularly known as Koikimedia on the social media network. Mo kí wa pé lọ́dọ̀ tiwa ní United Kingdom, níbi tí a mọ̀ sí England, níbi tí mo ti ń fi Yoruba Nation Awareness Campaign látorí ìkànnì wa tí a mọ̀ sí Koikimedia láti fi polongo, láti fi kéde, láti fi sọ fún ọmọ Yorùbá tí ó sì ń fọkàn sí pé Nàìjíríà ní kí gbogbo wa jọ wà. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa pé ẹ káàárọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tiwa ní aago 2:30. Èní jẹ́ 11/11/2024. Orúkọ mi ni OLAYOMI KOIKI tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Koikimedia. Àkọlé ètò ti tàárọ̀ yìí tí a tún fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí, òun náà ni à ń pè ní Self-determination is not a crime. We must continue to advocate for Yoruba independent country only. Fáǹfààní àwọn tí kò gbọ́ òyìnbó dáadáa, òun ni pé ọmọ Yorùbá ń pètò pé kí wọ́n dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè látara ohun tí a gbàgbọ́ nínú ẹ̀. Lóòótọ́, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá máa ní a wà ní orílẹ̀-èdè kan lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tó ń pè ní Nàìjíríà, tí àwọn òyìnbó tó dá sílẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ilé-iṣẹ́ ní 1914 kó tó di pé wọ́n ṣe màdàrú olè àti jìbìtì tó fi gbéjọba fún àwọn Northerners ní 1959. Gbogbo ìgbà táwọn bàbá wa Awólọ́wọ̀ àti Azikiwe àti Tafawa Balewa tí wọ́n ń pètò pé kí wọ́n gba òmìnira gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn kan ti gbà, torí pé Ghana gba òmìnira kí Nàìjíríà tó gbà. Lóòótọ́, wọ́n jókòó nínú ibì kan tó ń pè ní Lancaster House, ìyẹn ní England níbí báyìí, tí kò jìnnà sí Buckingham Palace. Bọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti ṣe gbọ́ àti ń ta kà, òun ni pé ṣe làwọn òyìnbó wá ń ṣe nǹkan míì tí a lè pè ní wọ́n compromise. Kàkà kí wọ́n fún gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀yà tí wọ́n ń béèrè fún òmìnira níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn láti lè jẹ́ kí wọ́n gba ohun tó fẹ́ gangan. Látara ohun tí à ń rí lénìí táwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kan fi ń takò wá, tí àwọn kan fi ń ní ọ̀nà àbáyọ sí nínú pé ká dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú kan, kò ń ṣèní ló ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Bí a bá wo ìtàn lọ sẹ́yìn, a ti gbọ́ pé ṣe làwọn òyìnbó máa ń ṣe ohun tó ń pè ní kúrúkẹrẹkúrú. Ẹ mọ̀ pé Yorùbá tèmi ò lọ dáadáa. Màá sọ pé they were working against the Yoruba people, the British. So Britain mọ̀ wá dáadáa, but àwa ni ká wá mọ́ra wa jù wọ́n lọ. Ká fi ọgbọ́n àti ọpọlọ ká fi yé wọn pé ìwọ̀nba tó kù tí a fi ń push fún Yoruba nation yìí, àwa la máa túra wa sílẹ̀. Ní 1957, ní ìpàdé tó jókòó, òun ni pé wọ́n fẹ́ mọ bí wọ́n ṣe máa dá ìjọba padà lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí àwọn èèyàn takú pé òyìnbó ò lè wá ṣe ìjọba lé wa lórí. Wọ́n ní ó dà bẹ́ẹ̀, àwọn máa fún yín lómìnira, àmọ́ táwọn máa ṣe ni pé òmìnira yẹn ó máa ní yín lára. Ó máa ní yín lára débi pé lọ́jọ́ iwájú ẹ máa sá wá sọ́dọ̀ wa láti wá kàwé, láti wá ṣiṣẹ́. Gbogbo ohun tó wá jẹ́ nǹkan tí ẹ pè ní títọ̀dọ̀ ti yín, àwa la ṣe máa ní. Kò yé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn níṣe nísìn ló ṣẹ̀ wá ń yé wa torí pé tá bá kọ́kọ́ lọ wo gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tí òyìnbó gbé ní 1957-58 wọ́n kọ́kọ́ rígi census. Kí ló ń pè ní census? Òun ni ká kára wa ká mọ iye èèyàn tó ń bẹ ní abà kọ̀ọ̀kan. Àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń ṣe campaign nígbà tí wọ́n rò pé àwọn làwọn máa wọlé, but n tí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ mọ̀ ni pé ṣe lòyìnbó ó ti ṣe kòròkẹrẹ mọ́ àwọn Fúlàní àti Haúsá lẹ́yìn láti lè sọ fún wọn pé ṣe rí bàbá tó ń lọ yẹn ó ní ọpọlọ, ó ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe tó máa tẹ́ humanity lọ́rùn, àwa la máa mọ tá máa ṣe tí kò ní wọlé. Òyìnbó wá rígi sẹ́ńsọ̀ yẹn, wọ́n rígi ẹ̀ débi pé ó ṣọ́ọ̀kì bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ pé àwa ló yẹ ká wọlé, torí pé nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń ṣe campaign káàkiri nílẹ̀ Haúsá a rí i pé ààrẹ àwọn èèyàn kankan àṣẹwà gbọ́ látara ìtàn tí Arọ Smith sọ fún wa pé bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ ló wọlé, àwọn generals wọn ni wọ́n mọ̀ pé tí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ bá wọlé brain power ó máa pọ̀ jù, ó máa lè accelerate Nàìjíríà. Ọ̀kọ́kọ́ rig election ìyẹn mo fẹ́ kọ́mọ Yorùbá máa dìmú dáadáa pé kò síbì kankan nínú ìwé ìtàn tóyìnbó nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa. Táwa bá wá sọ pé à nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wa, a nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wa, a lè má gbọ́ra wa yé, a lè takora wa, àmọ́ òyìnbó ló inject hatred sínú ra wa. Òyìnbó ló ta ara wa fúnra wa pé má gbà kò tó, má jẹ́ kó lọ, gbogbo ẹ̀ náà là ń rí lénìí látara pé Bọ́lá Tinubu ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tẹ̀ ní kò ń ṣọmọ Yorùbá, ibẹ̀ kọ́ là ń lọ. Tá bá wò lọ wò bọ̀, ṣé Bọ́lá Tinubu ṣé ọmọ Yorùbá ni tó ní làákàyè? Torí pé tó bá ní làákàyè ó jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé intọ́ play ní 1959 òun náà ló ń play lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn. Lòyìnbó ṣe ń sọ fún Bọ́lá Tinubu pé kó má wọ́rì, kó jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà exist títí di 2075 ká tó lè máa sọ pé a fi pín. 2075 lénìí ó máa di 50 years. Ṣé làwọn kan tẹ́ ń sọ pé ṣèbí wọ́n ti fún wa ní independent, kí là ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ òyìnbó fún kó pín wa? A ní kóyìnbó kó pín wa. Gbogbo tá à ń sọ fún òyìnbó ni pé ilé iṣẹ́ tẹ́ dá sílẹ̀ a máa destroy ilé iṣẹ́ yẹn. Ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa, ilé iṣẹ́ tẹ́ dá sílẹ̀ a gbọ́dọ̀ fọwálẹ̀ pátápátá. Àwa fẹ́ tún ilé iṣẹ́ míì kọ́ tó ń pè ní Yorùbá. Mo kí ẹ brother mi dáadáa Kúnlé Bakers, mo ń bọ̀ wá kí ọ tó jọ́ mẹ́ta. Owó ẹ̀jọ̀rí tó wọ̀ bá wọlé o mọ̀ pé owó ló máa ń fún mi, Ọlọ́run á bá wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó kù náà. Èyí tí mo wá fẹ́ ká tó jọ jókòó ká jọ jíròrò ni pé ṣé Yorùbá independent country la fẹ́ àbí Nàìjíríà? Nígbà tí a sọ pé Nàìjíríà ò gbé wa, kò represent culture wa, kò represent identity wa, kò dẹ̀ represent èèyàn tá jẹ́ ní àwùjọ àgbáyé. Kí ló wá dé táwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kan takò? Kí ló lè fà á? Kí la rí tí wọ́n fi ń takò? Wàá ṣeré Kúnlé Bakers, èmi mọ̀ pé tó bá wọlé kò ní tán níbẹ̀ fún ẹ. Mo ṣì ń bọ̀ wá kí gbogbo èèyàn wa náà dáadáa. Ẹ máa wò pé ṣé mo ò sùn ni? Mo ti sùn, mo ti jí. Iṣẹ́ tí bàbá Akíntóyè dẹ̀ gbé lé mi lọ́wọ́ ni pé máa jí, máa sùn, máa polongo fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé kò ní síjà o, àmọ́ ọwọ́ wa ló kù bá ṣe fi gba Yorùbá nation. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ti pè mí, kódà àwọn èèyàn ti send message sí mi pé ẹ sọ fún Koiki pé wọ́n lè charge fún treason. Ẹ̀yin lẹ̀rù ń bà, ẹ̀rù ò bà wá. Bí òyìnbó bá dè mí mọ́lẹ̀, èèyàn 1000 tó máa le jù mí lọ máa dìde. Ṣé rá àwọn ọmọ tó wà nílé tí wọ́n ń dúró ìjọ tí òyìnbó bá dì mí mú for whatever reason níjọ́ yẹn gangan ni kẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń bà nǹkan jẹ́ pátá. Gbogbo nǹkan tó bá jẹ́ tóyìnbó pátá a máa jọ wálẹ̀. Bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn. wọn ò ní lè nù mí lẹ́gba níbí báyìí, wá tì mí mọ́lé ni. Bó ṣe rí nísàlẹ̀ lọ́hùn yẹn, ẹ má jẹ́ kí àlàáfíà kó dọ́dọ̀ wọn, kẹ́ ní wọn lára, kẹ́ make sure pé gbogbo ohun tó ń jẹ́ tóyìnbó pátá, kẹ́ make sure pé kò exist nílẹ̀ Yorùbá títí tá a máa fi lọ. Ìyẹn tó bá charge mi fún treason ni o, torí èmi ò mọbi tíyàn ti ń jàjàǹgbara tẹ́rù á máa bàyàn. Àwa ti kọjá stage yẹn, ẹ̀rù ìbá mi o. Bẹ́rù bá ń bẹ̀yìn tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa, ẹ̀yin ni kẹ́ buckle up, torí pé ìjàǹgbara ó ní oríṣiríṣi nǹkan nínú. Ikú ń bẹ nínú ẹ̀, owó ń bẹ nínú ẹ̀, àlàáfíà ń bẹ nínú ẹ̀. Ṣẹ́rí àlàáfíà yẹn àti owó yẹn, òun làwa máa fi parí Yorùbá nation. Ṣẹ́rí ikú yẹn, ó máa bọ́ sórí Ọbásanjọ́, Tinubu, gbogbo àwọn olè, àwọn politicians, Sanwó-Olú, àtàwọn ọba, a ní dárúkọ àwọn ọba, but ikú máa pa gbogbo yín ni. Ikú gbọ́dọ̀ pa yín lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Fátara pé tara yín là ń ṣe tó pọ̀ jù, tẹ̀ta kó pẹ́ nífẹ̀ẹ́. Ṣẹ́rí èmi, ṣẹ́rí Yorùbá nation yẹn, máa ṣí ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn kúrò látara Nàìjíríà. Ẹ̀yin fi mi àti wọn sílẹ̀, torí pé ṣẹ́rí gbogbo yìí tẹ́ ṣe fáwọn bàbá wa. Tí dáàdì kan pè mí láti Italy, bàbá yẹn ti wà ní Italy for more than 40 years. Ọmọ Èkó ni wọ́n. Olórí burúkú Tinubu tó ń ṣọmọ Èkó kò ṣe gbogbo tó yẹ kó ṣe, bí àwọn èèyàn àtẹ̀ná àwọn padà sílé. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́, ikú máa pa yín lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ikú kúkú ti ń súnmọ́ yín díẹ̀díẹ̀. Mo sọ fún yín pé àwa máa sọ fọ́lọ́run pé ẹ̀mí yín kó já ní kíákíá. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ̀mí yín yẹn, ẹ̀mí tẹ gbé dání yẹn, ẹ̀mí òfò tẹ gbé dání, tẹ fi ń lọ́ọ̀kì Yorùbá, tẹ́ ń sọ fún àgbáyé pé kó má gbà kíníkan, abẹ́ Ọlọ́run. Àwọn kan tẹ̀ ní Kóìkì, ẹ má gbọ́kànlé Donald Trump. Gbogbo èèyàn la máa gbọ́kànlé. Nígbà táwa ti gbọ́kànlé ọ̀hún, Donald Trump náà máa play role, nítorí pé tẹ bá rántí olórí burúkú Buhari tó ń pa Christian, Joe Biden ṣe ló withdraw in tí màá wá lórí Google. Tẹ bá rántí ní last year, wọ́n yọ Nàìjíríà padà. Donald Trump ló àdẹ pé Nàìjíríà ń persecute àwọn Kristẹni. Donald Trump ló gbélé lórí pé ìlú tó bá ń persecute Christian, ìlú yẹn á máa dì pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Joe Biden ló yọ kúrò. Donald Trump ti dé nísìn, ẹ lè má agree pẹ̀lú ẹ̀, mo wá campaign fún ní bíbá, but ẹni tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ Christian ni. Ṣé wá rí Nàìjíríà yẹn, ó ti persecute Christian, ó persecute Islam, ó persecute àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe. Yorùbá nation tá gbé dání, Ọlọ́run máa lo gbogbo ohun tó jẹ́ kó lò láti fi tú wa sílẹ̀. Mo máa play audio kan nísìn, but kí n tó play audio yẹn, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti kàn sí wa pé Kóìkì, àwọn gbọ́ lórí ètò ẹ pé òun sọ pé ó need mobile phone. Mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, ó yá 20,000, 50,000, 60,000, owó yẹn dọ́dọ̀ mi. Àti rà kan ní àná again, ó sì kù méjì. Èèyàn kan náà ti béèrè pé Kóìkì send account number yẹn. Ẹni tó bá wá mọ account yẹn, bùkà tó fún yín lá account number, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń pè. Ṣé rí in tó lè máa jẹ́ kí orí àwa máa wú ni pé káwa request kẹ̀dẹ̀ wò pé ṣé n tó ń béèrè fún yẹn, ṣé fún tara ẹ̀ ni. Ó dà gbà, ìwọ náà fi tọ́jú ọmọ, fi tọ́jú ìyàwó. Fún ti iléeṣẹ́ ni, ṣe rí ti iléeṣẹ́ yẹn, ẹ má ẹ̀ka fi ṣeré. Torí pé tẹ bá rí nísìn, kò ń ṣèmi nìkan ni mò ń ṣe program. Mo dẹ̀ ti instruct àwọn ọmọ ta fún ní fóònù yẹn pé mo fẹ́ máa gbọ́hùn wọn ní ẹ̀ẹ̀mejì lọ́sẹ̀. Ó kéré nìyẹn. Torí pé olúkálùkù lọ́lọ́run fún ní ọ̀rọ̀ sọ. Àwọn ọmọ tó dẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ wa, Ọlọ́run a dúpẹ́ fún wọn. Àwọn náà mọ̀rọ̀ sọ. Wọ́n lè má ní action bí tèmi, torí pé ibi tó wà àti ní kọ́ rọra máa oyè yín. Ṣé wá rí mi, àfi tí kò bá sí Ọlọ́run, àfi tá a bá tún ṣe nǹkan míì, ọlọ́pàá kan lè arrest mi. Ẹ mú yẹn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Bó bá wọ̀n yín kẹ́ gbé gbogbo fídíò mi lọ fún MI5, kẹ́ gbé lọ fún British Police, kẹ́ gbé lọ fún ìjọba King. Èmi àti wọn jọ ń gbé nílùú yìí ni. Wá ṣàlàyé in tó fa intervention tá à ń ṣe nígbà tá a bá délé ẹjọ́. Ẹ̀yin ẹ fi yẹn sílẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin ẹ fi mi àti wọn sílẹ̀ nílùú yìí. Bọ̀ṣẹ́rẹ́ yìí tẹ́ ń bẹ̀rù, ẹ má send message sí mi gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń kọ message sáwọn èèyàn ẹ bá wa sọ fún Koiki wọ́n lè charge fún treason ṣẹ́rí gbogbo jágbajàgba yẹn ẹ keep ẹ̀ fúnra yín ẹ má send ẹ̀ sí mi ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bẹ̀rù tẹ́ fi kó wa débi báyìí a gbọ́dọ̀ tún padà sẹ́yìn ni torí pé ṣẹ́rẹ́ yín ẹ̀gbọ́n kọ̀ọ̀kan yín dáàdì kọ̀ọ̀kan ó jẹ́ ká hold yín responsible fún problem tá a wà náà yìí ó jẹ́ ká hold púpọ̀ nù yín responsible but a ti accept pé wọ́n ti fi mo kíyà tó bí mi lọ́mọ ọlọ́run bá wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ mọ́mì mi nìyẹn ó yẹ kí n yọjú sí wọn lánàá but apparently fún dẹ́kan àbídẹ́kejì tó bá ti ń gbá bọ́ọ̀lù ládùúgbò wọn ń fẹ́ lọ sádùúgbò yẹn rárá mo kí wọn ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò now mo ń bọ̀ wá kí ẹ dáadáa Pastor Emmanuel Tọ́gbà àwọn tí ń ṣàdúrà Yorùbá nation kò ń ṣe mí bàbá Adébóyè ní ká bẹ̀ àti ìyàwó Esther Ajayi àti Genesis àti gbogbo àwọn church ńláńláńláńlá kọ́ sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá gbàdúrà Nàìjíríà kò ní gbà léyìn lórí kò sí church náà church tó bá ṣì ń gbàdúrà Nàìjíríà kò ní gbà níbẹ̀ ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ gbàdúrà fún ìran yín àti orílẹ̀-èdè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ tiwantiwa ṣìkìní now mo sì ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín tí ẹ ràn iléeṣẹ́ yìí lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ ni bíbá ó lè má dàbí lójú yín iléeṣẹ́ ni so mo dúpẹ́ pé ẹ ràn lọ́wọ́ pé torí àwọn kan àdúrà tí wọ́n tó ń gbà ni pé kí iléeṣẹ́ yìí kó má lè máa gbóhùn sókè because ṣẹ́rí gbogbo Koiki ọgbọ́n yín gbogbo yẹn irọ́ ni wọ́n ń gbọ́ wa but wọ́n ń takò wá nítorí pé ṣẹ̀ríkọ́ ti fi MC Olúọmọ jẹ National President of the Union Road Transport congratulations MC Olúọmọ gbádùn ẹ̀ dáadáa enjoy it while it lasts but a máa fọ́ Nàìjíríà sí wẹ́wẹ́ bóun ẹ̀ kó tẹ̀lé wa bóun ẹ̀ kó má tẹ̀lé wa sórí position yẹn títí tí Tinubu máa fi wà níbẹ̀ ni tí Northerners bá gba government padà wọ́n máa lé ẹ padà wá sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ MC Olúọmọ ni mo sọ fún un èmi ò bínú sí ẹ o èmi ò bẹ́ẹ̀ já o enjoy it while it lasts but when ta bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá pé Yorùbá fi dá dúró kò tí sẹ́ni kankan tó lè dá dúró àfi tí kò bá sọ́lọ́run ọba lókè kò sẹ́ni náà tó lè dá dúró torí pé tẹ́lẹ̀ ni ẹ ti hold ẹ̀ but Ọlọ́run tó fi bá yín tó fi sọ fún yín pé ṣẹ́rí generation ti sìn no retreat no surrender awareness la máa kọ́kọ́ create pọ̀ but àwa create ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ in tó máa fa sùúrùtù in tó máa fa crisis a máa make sure kó ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ń lé kò sí nǹkan tá lè ṣe fún yín ju pé Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè ó máa wà painful Yorùbá nation ò ní wá with ease èmi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ti sọ fún bàbá Akíntóyè ní 4 years ago nígbà tẹ́mi lọ́lé ní 2021 mo sọ fún Aláàfin pé a máa dá ogun burúkú sílẹ̀ tó bá tètè sort ọ̀rọ̀ yìí out I told him that was 4 years ago there is still room for negotiation there is still room to resolve the problem but ẹ bá kàn tàka pé kí lè máa ṣe a ní sójà a ní security lè pààyàn 1 million tán o kò possible and every death ikú tó bá pọmọ Yorùbá kan nígbà tí wàhálà bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣẹ́rí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olórí tẹ́ bá ṣì wà láyé nígbà yẹn èyí tá a máa ṣe fún yín mo fi yẹn sábẹ́ kùn bọ̀ ara ọ̀rọ̀ kùn ara ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀dìyẹ ni lọ́rọ̀ tá à ń fà yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká jókòó sórí round table ká wo bá ṣe fẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀ tá a máa resolve situation yẹn tá a máa depart Nàìjíríà tá a máa jẹ́ kí north máa lọ ká máa jẹ́ kí Yorùbá máa lọ bọ́tẹ́ bá kàn sọ fún wa pé kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ máa ṣe kí lẹ fẹ́ ṣe ìta máa ṣe yẹn kò ń sórí social media la máa ti sọ a máa paná Nàìjíríà àwa máa dé pẹ̀lú ra wa ṣẹ́rí tèmi nídìí ni pé ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ẹ̀yin support gbogbo media including this platform ẹ jẹ́ ká make sure pé awareness yẹn ká increase tempo ẹ̀ kó lọ sókè sí mo ní the expert tó lè break wọnú gbogbo radio station contact mi ìyẹn la fi ṣe nísìn. Mo need àwọn expert pé tí bá ti ń ṣe program báyìí tó bá lè confirm fún mi pé o lè ṣe, contact mi. Tí bá ṣe ń ṣe program báyìí nísìn, mo fẹ́ kó penetrate wọnú gbogbo radio station Nigeria. Ìtàn pè ní piracy radio nìyẹn. Even if it's for 10 minutes, ká jámẹ̀. Ṣẹ́rí brain tí mo need lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá nísìn nìyẹn. Ṣẹ́rí gbogbo ẹjọ́ tẹ̀ ń rò nínú group yẹn ti pọ̀ jù. Brain yìí gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣiṣẹ́. Mo wo movie kan lánàá. Later ni mo realize pé ó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú self-determination. Ẹ jẹ́ n fún yín lórúkọ ẹ̀ ní kíákíá. Mo post ẹ̀ sórí timeline mi lánàá. Ẹ bá mi gbọ́ lé share button. Àti ké anthem wa a máa ké láìpẹ́ yìí. Ẹ lè máa jókòó sínú group kí a má mọ̀ tá à ń ṣe. Mo fẹ́ lọ wo orí Netflix mi ni mo ń bọ̀. Mo post title yẹn lánàá. Later ni mo realize pé ó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú self-determination. Mo kí Àṣàkẹ́ TV show, mo kí ọgbọ́n ìtẹ̀wà lórí ìjókòó. So orúkọ movie yẹn fẹ́yìn tẹ́ bá ní Netflix kẹ́ lọ wò. Orúkọ movie yẹn a máa jẹ́ mo ń bọ̀. Ẹ̀wọ̀n kan máa ń post nǹkan púpọ̀ lórí timeline wa. Ọlọ́mọ kan náà ti wọ̀ fún ní visa tó ń sunkún lánàá pé òun ò rí visa gbà. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ìlú tó dáa ni kò ní máa wá visa. Mo ń bọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká play ilé náà kí n tẹ̀ tó play ilé mi padà bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ èyí tí bàbá wa bá wa ṣe síta. Ẹ bá mi gbọ́ wọlé share button mi bọ̀. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹjẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Ṣé rí ìjàngbara ó kọjá ṣeréṣeré o. Ẹni tó bá ní Netflix, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ lọ wo movie. Ó dà kó ṣẹ̀ jáde gan ni. Mo máa láti tún wò again. Òun ni mo wò kó ohun tó gbé mi lọ lánàá bọ̀ mo wò tán. Heart of the Hunter. Heart. Ọkàn èèyàn. Heart. Èyí tó máa ń breathe níbí báyìí. Tó bá ti stop, yìí ó ti lọ nìyẹn. Heart of the Hunter. Kí ló ń pè ní hunter? Lédè Yorùbá máa ní àwọn bàbá wa tó ń wọnú igbó lọ, tó máa lọ ń wá gbogbo tó wà nínú igbó kó tó di pé Fúlàní lé gbogbo wa kúrò nínú igbó. So máa post orúkọ yẹn. But action and trailer ó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú self-determination. Àwọn tí wọ́n ń jàjàǹgbara bí mo ṣe rí movie yẹn wọ́n penetrate system láti fi mọ tó ń lọ. Ṣé rí à ń jàjàǹgbara a fi penetrate system àìtí jàjàǹgbara ni. Àwa náà máa penetrate gbó àti federal government ní o àti ọ́fíìsì Sanwó-Olú o, a máa ní spy ní gbogbo inú platform wọn pátá. Ibi tó yẹ kí brain wa máa ṣiṣẹ́ lọ nìyẹn. Ṣé rí gbogbo ìjà tá à ń jà tá à ń pariwo nínú WhatsApp group yẹn wà distracted too much. We will penetrate. Kódà inú DSS a máa penetrate. Gbogbo táwọn fẹ́ ṣe àwa gbọ́dọ̀ máa mọ̀ ahead of time. Aláwọn tó ń ṣe o, but I need the capacity yẹn kó increase. A gbọ́dọ̀ between now and the end of next year, a gbọ́dọ̀ ní nothing less than 20 pirate radio station tá máa penetrate tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ ṣe, you need to find out how to do that. Choice FM nílùú yìí mo dé bá wọn ní 1998. Ó ní bọ̀bọ̀ kan wọ́n pè ní DJ Abranti, ó ti wà paralyzed nísìnyí, kọ́ ló máa fún lálàáfíà. Choice FM nínú UK ni mò ń sọ o, kọ́ tó di pé wọ́n fún wọn ní full license. They were running a pirate radio station. So kí ló wá dé táwa náà lè ṣe pirate radio station kẹ́ penetrate. So ẹni tó bá ní Netflix ẹ lọ wo movie kan tó ń pè ní Heart of the Hunter. Màá kọ́ fún yín ní summary ẹ̀ díẹ̀. Summary. Ó dà pé ìyàwó mi ló ń wò kó tó di pé mi kọ́ gbé sí Netflix. Mo fẹ́ post ẹ̀ sórí timeline ká tó máa tẹ̀síwájú díẹ̀díẹ̀. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ bá ń gbọ́ wọlé share button. Mo kí gbogbo yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wọlé lọ́tún lósì bẹ́ẹ̀ kí mi náà kí yín. Mo kẹ́yìn silent watchers. So orúkọ movie yẹn ni mo post yẹn fún yín tí ẹ bá ní Netflix. Ìwọ tó bá ní Netflix tó bá mọ ọ̀nà míì tẹ́ fi lè wò ẹ wò abẹ́ ṣe fẹ́ wò is a very powerful. Àwọn orin ta play nínú praise and worship wa lánàá mẹ́ta náà ti padà pé mo gbọ́dọ̀ mute ẹ̀. So tẹ́ bá rí mi tí mò ń jó tí kò play orin kò sí nǹkan kan tó ṣe mí. Àwọn tó lórin sọ pé àwọn ọ̀gbà ká lórin wọn ni, so àti mute ẹ̀. So there's nothing I can do to that. Lẹ́ǹkan sí mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa ẹ bá mi gbọ́ wọlé share button mo bẹ̀ torí Ọlọ́run láti ibi tí ẹ bá wà ẹ bá wa gbọ́ wọlé share button. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá, mo kẹ́yìn bàbá mi, mo kẹ́yìn ìyá wa, mo kí gbogbo àwọn medias wa tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun. Lẹ́ǹkan sí orúkọ mi ni Ọláyọmí Koiki. Mo kí àwọn ọmọ Biafra, mo kí ẹ Kúnlé Bakers, ó tójọ́ mẹ́ta mo mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ ni. Mo kẹ́yìn ti Canada, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń béèrè pé Koiki ta fi ń ràn lọ́wọ́ àkáǹtì wo ló fẹ́ ká bẹ́ẹ̀ fi sí. Tó bá jẹ́ pé UK lẹ́wà màá fún yín ní account details yẹn. Tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé Nàìjíríà náà ni ẹ wà tẹ́ fi fún wa ní náírà. First Bank mi like I said wọ́n ì tí dá padà. Èmi àti báńkì ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́, mo ti send gbogbo nǹkan ní kí n send kọ́ lè bá mi upgrade ẹ̀ sí ibi báyìí láti lè máa operate ẹ̀. So but process yẹn kò tí ì padà. That means pé mo ò ní access gbogbo owó tẹ́ fi sí First Bank ó safe but mo ò ní access sí. But OP account mi 610-429-0167. Màá tún pè lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí 61-04-29-0167. OP account Ọláyọmí Ọlákúnlé Koiki. Gbogbo nǹkan tọ́lọ́run bá fi bòyìn láṣìírí 10,000 ní 20,000 ní 100,000 ní bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wa ní 1 million bẹ́ẹ̀ fún mi ní 10 million mo mọ̀ tí màá fi ṣe. But ààrẹ ni fún wa ní 1 million náà. Ìwọ tó wá ń gbọ́ pé mò ń béèrè owó níbí báyìí má wàá bá mi po ní ìdòwó lọ bá politicians ẹ̀. Okay? Ìbí báyìí yóò ń ṣe Kokun Foundation, mo ń ṣe foundation, mo ń ṣe charity organization, self-determination platform níbí báyìí. So àwa náà nídìí owó tó pọ̀ láti fi ṣe operation ní BBC tẹ́ ń rí yẹn. They are spending millions of pounds every month láti fi bring bias information jáde látara ẹ̀ náà ní BBC Yorùbá. And I think we should start from this angle. Ó ní fídíò kan tí BBC play jáde lánàá tí mo rí lọ́dọ̀ ìkan àwọn èèyàn wa lórí ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa kan tí wọ́n béèrè account number mo ti wọ́n ti send the receipt sí mi. Ẹ ṣé gan ni mo mọ̀ bí àwọn mi live mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Owó kan wá kéré bí a ti bá fún ní 10,000 ó máa kéré náà. Tá bá ní 10 people tó fún 10,000 kò wá ń ṣe fóònù kan la fẹ́ rà. We keep buying a lot of things. Mo láwọn kan tí mo tó fẹ́ send sílé. There's a lot of things. Èmi ìwà àgbọ̀dọ̀ sọ síta. Èmi ìwà ara ìbọn o. Owó ta fẹ́ fi ra ìbọn kò ń ṣe. A máa hijack lọ́wọ́ wọn ni. Ìgbésẹ̀ owó ta fẹ́ dá ta fẹ́ fi ra ìbọn. Mo ń wo Simon Ekpa lára ìjẹ́ tàbí jẹrin láti bullet ẹyọ kan fún RPG can cost up to £1 million. Bullet ló wọ́n jù. Ṣe rí ìbọn fúnra rẹ̀ kò wọ́n, but bullet tẹ́ fẹ́ fi sínú ẹ̀yẹn gangan ló wọ́n. Bullet. So ìyẹn la ṣe ń bẹ àwọn politician wa pé ẹ má jẹ́ kọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀ kó dogun, ẹ má jẹ́ kó dogun rárá, ẹ jẹ́ ká yanjú ẹ̀ ní ibi tọmọlúàbí. bọ́tẹ́ bá sọ pé ẹ sín wèrè ẹ pé ká lọ ṣe ta fẹ́ ṣe ẹ ó máa wà painful gan, destruction máa pọ̀ gan gidi. ṣe rí gbogbo tẹ́ ń build yẹn tínú yẹn dùn yẹn ẹ ó máa wà destroy pátápátá. gbogbo tẹ́ ń build ní Lagos state ní Ogun state a máa destroy every fucking thing. ẹ má bínú fún èdè yẹn, gbogbo ẹ̀ pátápátá la máa destroy everything, a máa destroy everything látòkè délẹ̀. I can assure you that destruction ló easy jù. bó ṣó wá da ká dé stage yẹn nígbà tá ẹ rò pé a ní àfẹ́ Nàìjíríà mọ́, àfẹ́ Yorùbá nation, bọ̀dẹ̀ ń sọ fún wa pé dánwò ló bí ìyọ́kẹrẹ, pé ká dánwò ẹ máa dé pẹ̀lú wa, àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Sanwó-Olú òun gbọ́ mi lójoojúmọ́, Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi, Ṣèyí Mákindé ìwọ náà fẹ́ lọ contest as a president 2027, orí ò pé kò ní dáa fún ẹ. à ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá pé kí Yorùbá bọ́, ìwọ tún ní òfin kó wa lọ sóko ẹrú. Sàràkí ìyẹn kúkú ṣọmọ Yorùbá, Adeleke ìyẹn ti ṣe tiẹ̀ lọ, Abdulfatai Èkìtì, Ondo, Ọ̀ṣun. You think you people can capture us pé kò sí nǹkan tá a máa ṣe? Let's sit down. Self-determination is not about bullet. Ideology ni ẹ lè pa. So let's quickly give you that movie, Heart of the Hunter. ẹni tó bá ní Netflix ẹ fi sínú playlist yín, tẹ́ bá ní time kẹ́ lọ wò. But this is the summary of the movie. The quiet retirement of a once feared assassin in South Africa is interrupted by a desperate call from the daughter of an old and trusted friend whose father has been kidnapped. Then he uncovers a conspiracy at the heart of government. This movie was released on the 29th of March 2024. Doing a release. Distributed by Netflix. Directed by Manley Walter Dube. Heart of the Hunter. If you have Netflix, go and watch it. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. So Muki Simon Ekpa for their preparation for their convention in Finland. And we pray that all goes as well. Mo wà nínú platform kan tí my play to BBC. The new chief of staff found Biafra. No, sorry, money found Biafra. The new chief of staff for Donald Trump. I get orúkọ jáde nísìn. I'm sure many of you have seen the woman. Chief of staff is similar to position tí Gbajabiamila wà nísìn. They are very powerful. The current chief of staff found Donald Trump, the new president of America, Thomas Swain, in January. From information that we gathered, only lobby company kan tó ń pè ní the company mo fi morúkọ jáde ní Susie Willis. Susie Willis is the new chief of staff. Yeah, if you have Netflix, go and watch that movie. I think I should post it on this timeline as well. I don't know. Let's quickly post it. I was going to do that before I got distracted again. Yeah, that's the movie there. Heart of the Hunter. Heart. H-E-A-R-T of the Hunter. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ní àwọn olóṣèlú ní ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ sọ fún wa pé Yorùbá nation tá à ń ṣe kò ń ṣe fake o. Reality ni o. We are going to wake the spirit of every sons and daughters of Yorubas. to fight to take back our territory peacefully if we are given the privilege to do so. If we are not given the privilege to do so, we will take it by force. Let's go back to the new chief of staff, Orúkọ ẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Susie Willis. Let me just show you her face from this part of my phone because I'm not using software. So mobile phone mo fi ń stream. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. Mo dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti support wa fún mobile phone and other things that we need on this platform. So this is the woman that is going to play a major role as the new chief of staff to Ojueni. To see it properly. That's how with Donald Trump there. We are now getting information that Nnamdi Kanu what low woman he fun Mumbo Mashala if you near fun. That's a face there. Fainty Bamonton Quebec. That's Susie Willie. So that's her. I don't know. That's her there with Donald Trump. Boy, I can switch it. Can you see? So I can monitor my screen from here. Please share the program because privilege ni pé àtújáde ní òru is a privilege. Ẹlòmíì gan mọ̀ pa máa jáde mọ́, so ẹ bá wa pín program wa àṣàkọ ẹ bá wa pín. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo èèyàn wa. Mo dẹ̀ hope enjoy praise and worship wa lánàá. Lẹ́ǹkọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ a máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo kí family mi dẹ̀ kí gbogbo àwọn tí a jọ jẹ́ media personnel. Yeah. Now, before we come to her, Mufegbe Loxi, there's a particular video I want us to listen to. These are the kind of reason why we need to opt out now before it is too late. Nigeria, you're 1 hour ahead of us. So that means we at 4 o'clock. Our share 3 o'clock. Happy Monday at the cool Ojuaje. Let's listen to this.
Sunday ago, why don't they arrest him?
Let me see.
What is Sunday ago?
Go pronounce Oruko Loye Dada, but Oruko Chief Lonso. So, Awusani.
Why don't they arrest him? Is he about to arrest? The arrest now they can after now is in detention. They support to arrest Sunday ago because he carry letter, go to England, and he come back and he's working freely and he was not arrested. Let us not be sentimental, please. This Nigeria is not for Northerners, it's not for Igbo, it's not for Yoruba, it's not for Fulani, it's not for Orobo, it's Nigeria. We have to stand that. Where are you, Nigeria? And what are you, Nigeria? So we have to fight. If you are Mr. F commit offense.
Hold on. That is the BBC. The BBC telele yeah. That'll be ATP News. Okay, it should be ATP News. I don't know whether you've seen this video. I don't know when it was created. Or somebody sent it to me yesterday. Báwo la ṣe wà involved pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn báyìí? Báwo la ṣe get involved? That is iṣẹ́ tí British ṣe nìyẹn. Kò jẹ́ kí party wa kó come together at all. Àti Igbo, àti Hausa o, àti Fulani o, kò jẹ́ kí party wa kó come at all together. Ó jẹ́ kó kálukú wà lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. And tó bá ti rí video yẹn, mo ti share sí gbogbo platforms. Màá replay padà. Ó ní ó yẹ kó arrest Igboho ni. Gbogbo lẹ́tà lọ sí Downing Street. Pé ó dẹ̀ work freely. Gbogbo wọn mú Nnamdi Kanu kalẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tuntun gbọ́ again. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tún.
Is in detention. They support to arrest him. Is he about to arrest? The arrest now they can after now is in detention. They support to arrest Sunday ago because he carry letter, go to England, and he come back and he's working freely and he was not arrested. Let us not be sentimental, please. This Nigeria is not for Northerners, it's not for Igbo, it's not for Yoruba, it's not for Fulani, it's not for Robo, it's Nigeria.
Ní sùúrù ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá mi Ọbáyọmí wọ́n ní art of hunter ẹ̀mí ọlọ́dẹ ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé láyé àtijọ́ bá ṣe gbọ́ ó wá yà wá lẹ́nu bí àwọn Fúlàní ṣe ń kàn pa ọlọ́dẹ nísìn I don't know why àmọ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ because bá ṣe gbọ́ ọlọ́dẹ tó bá wọnú igbó lọ ẹni tó bá máa wojú ẹ̀gàn á try but lẹ́ni nísìn akọrin tí wọ́n kàn pa àwọn ọlọ́dẹ anyhow I don't know mo mọ what went wrong bíyà ètùtù ò gbà mọ́ ni bí àdúrà ò gbà mọ́ ni bí àkọ́kàn ó ti go wrong but láyé àtijọ́ ọlọ́dẹ bá wọnú igbó lọ ìwọ gan ò fẹ́ pàdé ẹ̀ lọ́nà ṣe làwọn ọlọ́dẹ ti sìn wọ́n sì wà tó jẹ́ èèyàn gidi tó dúró dáadáa o I'm not here to bring them down mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ìbẹ̀rù ìjọba òun ló pọ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìyá mi Dúpẹ́ Agboola ní this intentionally interview by the people using Fulani over the remaining citizens ẹ ká padà ká gbọ́ fídíò yìí ṣé ọ́díò ẹ̀ ń jáde dáadáa ẹ̀dà ìpínlẹ̀ ti ṣùgbọ́n so I'm not trying to bring my voice too much ẹ jẹ́ n connect external mic tó ráhùn tó máa ń sọ pé Koiki àgbọ̀ ẹ̀ dáadáa lórí platform mi ṣe jẹ́ kí n connect roda mic mi lágbára Ọlọ́run nígbà tí a bá ti ní studio tiwa ìyá kọ̀ wọnú studio gbọ́dọ̀ wà silent studio gbọ́dọ̀ ní soundproof but ẹ mọ̀ pé inú ilé mo ti ń operate so ilẹ̀ dẹ̀ ti ṣú gan ìyàwó mi dẹ̀ ti sùn àwọn ọmọ ti sùn school wà láàárọ̀ so mo gbọ́dọ̀ make sure pé sound mi kò lọ sókè too much neighbor dẹ̀ wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mi.
To stand that where are you Nigeria and what.
ẹja gbọ́n kan tó sọ again.
The arrest now they can after now is in detention. They support to arrest Sunday ago because he carry letter, go to England, and he come back and he's working freely and he was not arrested. Let us not be sentimental, please. This Nigeria is not for Northerners, it's not for Igbo, it's not for Yoruba, it's not for Fulani, it's not for Robo, it's Nigeria. We have to stand that where are you Nigeria and what are you Nigeria. So we have to fight. If you are Mr. F commit offense, let him judge as Mr. B. The not one Mr. F committed will not. If IG want to do his job actually, they should arrest Sunday also because for him carrying that letter is also a terrorist and it's also a formality. It's against the rule of the country of any other country.
Ó rà pé ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ní for Sunday Igboho mo kí àmì Fọláṣadé Òjó ó dàárọ̀ ìyàwó Dúpẹ́ Agboola kọ́lọ́njẹ́ kó a sùn ká jí sáyé padà àwa táì ti sùn náà ó ní for Sunday Igboho kó gbé lẹ́tà lọ sí number 10 Downing Street ó ní is a terrorist act bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìyá mi how many Boko Haram did Buhari arrested? How did we come to the báwo ni party wa ṣe come together ṣe rí Britain yìí British àbí Britain àbí monarchy system mo rò pé náà lọ sùn ní ìgbà tí mo gbọ́ tí mo rí good night good night ẹ̀mí pé bí abẹ́ tẹ mo rò pé fẹ́ lọ sùn ní ẹ ṣe wà pẹ̀lú ẹ ṣé gan ni mà mo kí àwa Fọláṣadé mo kí Gani ẹ má kí n fi kíkí yẹn bọ́ mo kí gbogbo àkàwà lórí ìjókòó ṣe rí mo ṣe wá rí nísìnyí pé kò sí ọ̀nà tó máa fẹ́ jẹ́ kí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣe gbogbo tó fẹ́ ṣe lóòótọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn irú èèyàn jàtìjàtì báyìí ṣé mọ̀ pé ní Boko Haram tó ṣẹ̀ jáde ṣé mọ̀ pápá 15 people ṣé lẹ́tà tá gbé lọ ṣó pààyàn ni lẹ́tà tá gbé lọ sí 10 Downing Street ṣé lẹ́tà yẹn ṣó pa anybody wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa pé wọ́n ti ní new terrorist And according to report to jáde ní Nigerian news, wọ́n fi lọ́mú jáde ní o. A ṣe máa padà sọ́dọ̀ chief of staff Donald Trump. Mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́ pick eléyìí. Kódà bí ṣe fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ program tẹ́lẹ̀, mo fẹ́ play audio bàbá wa kan. Kí n kàn fi sáré lọ sókè fún bí i 10 minutes. Ẹ ṣé gan ni dáàdi wa tó fún wa ní máa kí n fọwọ́ kan ilé kí n wá báyìí. Bàbá mi Sunodo wọ́n ní, we are not one Nigeria. We are not created one by God. We can never be one. Let's go our separate ways. Britain created Nigeria in January 1914. But many Nigerians are Nigerians are having this art that, what do you mean? We are going to do, please, okay? Just take it easy. Mr. Jenley sọ pé the reason is the secret of the hunter power has been revealed to the Fulanis. Wọ́n mú mi padà sí ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo béèrè pé kí ló dé táwọn ọlọ́dẹ wa tí wọ́n ní ẹ̀mí ìgboyà yẹn bíi kọ́ wọnú igbó Fúlàní wá ń pa wọ́n wá ń jẹ́ kó yé mi pé Kóìkì ọmọdé ní ìwọ jàre kí ni ìwọ dá mọ̀ kọ́ wọn máa pariwo àròpó tẹ̀ mọ̀ nǹkan ní òmọ̀ ṣé wò mọ̀ pé a ti rìvíìlì àṣírí fáwọn Fúlàní lọ́ fi lè rí àwọn ọlọ́dẹ wa mú. Ẹ ṣé gan ni fún kọ́mẹ́ǹtì yẹn. Mo ní àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n lájọ ń wo program yìí, kò ń ṣàwọn àwọn tó ní understanding, àwọn tó dẹ̀ máa ń pè wá ṣàkíyèsí, àwọn tó ní làákàyè. A mọ̀ pé ẹ máa ṣe kinní yẹn bó máa sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ délẹ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni mo accept, but lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé àwa generation yìí máa ṣe kinní yẹn fún wọn. Kinní tí mọ́mì wa sọ yẹn gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa ṣe fún yín tá à ní yọ̀kan, kódà a ní jẹ́ kíkan kó dín nínú ẹ̀. Ìgbà tá a fẹ́ ṣe yẹn lẹ́yìn fẹ́ mọ̀, òru dẹ̀ la máa ṣe kà yẹn fún yín, kò ń ṣọ̀sán. Òru la máa ṣe kinní yẹn fún yín, òru báyìí la máa ṣe fún yín. Ẹ ti fi àṣírí wọn Fúlàní, òun ni Fúlàní ṣe ní agbára. Ẹ ṣé gan ni fún kọ́mẹ́ǹtì yẹn mà, mo kàn píkẹ̀ ní sí ni, yẹ rí pé mo gbé glasses mi ṣojú mo píkẹ̀ ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sọ́dọ̀ Boko Haram terrorist yìí. Mo fẹ́ mú yín lọ sórí new terrorist in Nigeria. BBC Pidgin, wetin we know about the new terrorist group how new terrorist group for northwest Nigeria take emerge. Nigerian military defense headquarters. This is the Pidgin. Now, in BBC ṣe ni pé they have a lot of resources. Sharing resources gangan ní media. They have the resources. So, wọ́n fún wa ní Pidgin, wọ́n fún wa ní Igbo, wọ́n fún wa ní Hausa, wọ́n fún wa ní Yoruba. The reason why they can do that is because they have the resources and they have the money. This is where media is the most important tools to bring the conscious awareness to the minds of the people. Now, kí ni conscious awareness? Mokiyami Christina only talk to Olu Omo Beni. We hope we Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kó gbọ́. I'm not saying he shouldn't enjoy the position now, but it cannot last forever. It's a good position, being the national chairman of the NRC for the whole of the country. But for how long? Just like Tinubu. Tinubu gbogbo tó fẹ́ lò is 8 years maximum. After 8 years, the question is what next? Even àwọn tó jẹ́ APC lovers cannot tell Koiki what next, apart from they want the next person to become the next governor, the next politician. Then we will continue to use Nigeria to suppress every one of us. We will destroy it. If that is going to be the case, we will destroy it so that nobody will have the privilege. And if that destruction lasts for 3 years, we will use the remaining 47 years to rebuild. Ukraine will be rebuilt back after the war. Every damage that Russia is doing to Ukraine will be rebuilt, but it will not happen until after the war. And it will create a new economy because they have to need plumber, they have to need electrician, they have to train people. It might be this generation that will do it, or it might be the next generation. Is it not better to destroy it now and rebuild for 47 years, or you wait for 50 years according to the British? David Lammy is the British. The British government wants Nigeria to exist for 50 years. So which one do you want? You have to pick one. Emma Mukoni, do you want a Yoruba country that is ready but have to fight for 3 years, Latiba, then use 47 years to rebuild? Or we all remain in Nigeria for 50 years and there's no guarantee that after the 50 years we would exit Nigeria? Because let's even say, I think for 50 years, let's just accept that we want to give it to them. So the question is, after 50 years, if they come back and tell us that, no, we can't allow you to go, that means we've wasted another 50 years on top of the more years that we have wasted for 100 years. So I'm going to put the 100 years of the amalgamation. People were born in 1914. Some of them died in the process. How many people are still alive that were born in 1914? And we are still in the shit old messed up country, Nigeria. By now, Nigeria should be a great place if that is meant to be a country. If truly what we are told that after the amalgamation, it will bring peace and unity. But Jonathan told us that there will never be peace and unity in Nigeria because there will be no unity with people that doesn't speak the same language, that have a different ideology. So we're better off to destroy it completely. And I use the word destroy. We will destroy it completely for 3 years and we will rebuild for 47 years. We will rebuild it that China has elevated poverty completely because poverty in China. So why are we scared? Oh, you don't want to die, but we are dying on a daily basis. Program group TV. I'm sure you saw that young man, how he became a learned person, Mukia Yoruba Nation Lafe TV in Hong Kong. So let's destroy it and rebuild for 47 years. So you got to pick one. Is either you remain in Nigeria for 50 years that doesn't guarantee anything out of it, because we were told lies from 1914. From 1914 till now, there should be no Nigerians traveling out of the country for any reason, for the amount of what we have. But we can't have the country when we have different people locking together, speak different language, have different ideology, and this Olori Buruku Fulani man will come and tell me that they need to arrest Igboho.
Country for somebody to look that up of it.
Do you understand that? This Oloshi man that British put us together is telling me, as against terrorists that just killed 15 people, and I'll tell you a little bit about them now. Now, there's a guy called The Human Angle. There's a website called The Human Angle. But who are behind it, I think it's from the northern part of Nigeria, because I do follow him a lot. This is how he posted about Lukarawa. Lukarawa. Lukarawa is the new terrorist in operation in Nigeria today. These one are even different from ISIS, they're different from Boko Haram, they're different from ISWAP. Lukarawa once called harmless headers. Harmless headers. And along with the headers, the word headers A header as in H-E-R-D-E-R, Hotel Echo Romeo Delta Echo Romeo. Header is a person, ènìyàn, who manage, tó ń tọ́jú nǹkan, tends to or breeds a group of domestic animals. Àwọn tó ń tọ́jú ẹranko bí ègúnfe, bí pẹ́pẹ́yẹ, kódà bí ẹja, ẹni tó ń sin ẹja nínú pond, ẹni tó ń ṣe ẹlẹ́dẹ̀, ẹni tó ń sin nǹkan, àwọn ló ń pè ní herders, such as a flock of sheep, àgùntàn, or head of cattle, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ màálù. Herders are often associated with nomadic or transhuman management of livestock or with common land grazing. Their work is often done on foot, ẹsẹ̀ ló fi ń rìn. Can British allow herders to roam around with AK-47? Must be Britain. Is it possible? So why is Britain telling us that they're doing security parts with Nigeria? And let's look at the FCDO. FCDO security going to Nigeria today. Most of you going to Nigeria, remember you're going at risk. If anything happens to you, you must accept it as it is. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to Nigeria. I know many people that are currently in Nigeria that are diaspora. But it's a country that you must accept that anything can happen at any time. Let's look at what the British government is telling us this morning regarding traveling advice to Nigeria, according to the FCDO, Foreign and Commonwealth Offices. Nigeria, FCDO advises, and I'm sure America has the same system, Canada has the same system, advising their citizens or those that have residencies, because there's difference between a citizen and someone that have residence. A resident is somebody that's just been given a right to remain in the country and work without any restriction, while a citizen is somebody that carry the passport of that country. Two different things. Warning and insurance. And I can tell you it was updated on the 20th of August this year, and it's still current as of today, 11th of November 2024. So Britain is telling us to remain in one Nigeria for the next 50 years. But this is the warning advice if you're traveling to Nigeria today. Your travel insurance could be invalidated if you travel against advice from the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office. Irú eléyìí náà ni ìjọba Nàìjíríà, ìjọba Yorùbá máa sọ fún wa lọ́jọ́ iwájú. Pé má lọ sí ìlú báyìí, má lọ ìlú báyìí torí pé ewu ń bẹ níbẹ̀. Jókòó sínú ilé ẹ̀ àbí kó lọ ìlú míì. Northeast, areas where Foreign and Commonwealth advise against traveling. There is a kidnap case that has come to my desk, but the family have not given me the go-ahead to give all the full details because don't joke with terrorism in Nigeria, diaspora. The family has reached out to me, but they plead with me not to speak any details about it yet until their loved one comes out. And we pray that this person will be released, but they will have to pay a lot of money. So why is it that you don't want me to destroy it? Why is it that you don't want to destroy it? Because the longer we are not destroying it, the more people are in danger. Shut up. You sit in UK and you're talking about destruction, but your life has already been destroyed. Even Tinubu have destroyed your life for the last 1 year. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that is currently in Saudi Arabia, don't be in denial. Tinubu travels to Saudi Arabia to pray against Yoruba nation. I know that. I know how these things work. They go out with all kind of gimmicks. He's going for summit. Which kind of summit? He's going there to pray against Yoruba people that are asking for Yoruba nation. Let's continue with the travel advices against, advice against travel to Nigeria, according to the UK government. Don't even go to anywhere in the Northeast, Borno State, Yobe State, Adamawa State, Gombe State. The question is, kí lọmọ Yorùbá gan fi wá débẹ̀ tàbá ní country tiwa? Do you know that many Yoruba people will never travel to those states, yet they don't want Nigeria to break? Ṣé mọ̀ pọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ò ní ever travel lọ sí Borno State, Yobe State, Adamawa State, Gombe State. Tọ́lọ́jọ́ máa fi dé, k'Ọlọ́run kó fún wa lẹ́mìí gúngún. So the question is, why are you more worried about Nigeria? Those states that I've mentioned, I dare you as a Christian to practice your religion as you wish. Not that they are not Christians there. We know what is going on in Adamawa State. I might not know the others, but I know that Adamawa has a lot of Christians. So what is the benefit of living in this country where you can't practice your faith? That is where Donald Trump will be of helpful. And before I move further, let's go back to Susie Willis. Who is Trump's new chief of staff? Susie Wills will be the first woman to hold that post. I showed you the picture earlier. With her appointment as chief of staff to President-elect Donald Trump, Susie Wills moves from largely behind-the-scene roles of campaign co-chair to one of the most prominent positions in the White House administration. From a lot of information, this particular woman might be of helpful to the Biafrans. Yeah, you heard me right. This particular woman might be of helpful for the cause of the Biafra. Let's go to report on the Sarah Reporters a few days ago. According to the headline, how Donald Trump's new chief of staff, Susie Wills, worked for IPOB movement in 2019 through a lobbying firm. This is where I wonder when Yoruba people say, we don't need money. I need the whole not that people are not ready to donate, but they are just a little bit upset that maybe they donated and they've not seen the results. Even as much as what you will hear in figure that Nnamdi Kanu was paying the lobbying firm. Ta ló ti gbọ́ figure yẹn? If it's in the comment section, I want to see if somebody have heard about the figure. The figure that Nnamdi Kanu was paying on behalf of the IPOB for lobbying is a big deal in America and around the world, mostly in America. I'll give you the figure. I'm just trying to see if anybody has the figure. Baba Babami Obayomi sọ pé you cannot mix kerosene plus water to make a meaningful or useful chemical compound. Therefore, you cannot mix Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, and Fulani together. They are suggesting the arrest of Sunday Igboho should be ignored because he's an illiterate and imbecile. Alan Conde says Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB was paying Susie Wills, I hope I'm pronouncing the name very well, Susie Wills, lobbying firm, equivalent of 2 million naira every month. Does that make sense to you? I'm sure some of you will be wondering, why would you pay this lobbying firm rather, not law firm, of this woman that has now become the most powerful woman in America today? That is her face there. Nígbà táwa fẹ́ ṣe rédíò, ó di pé Koiki ti kówó jẹ, ó lè, ó ti kọ́lé, ó ti ralé, because people don't know the power of what we are doing. Let me take it back to dollar from what I heard from the Biafra, and I'm going to play that clip in a minute. They were paying $85,000 every month. This was in 2019, with the hope that by 2020, Trump will become the president and it will help the Biafra push out of Nigeria. Lobby them, come and pushing, just like what we are doing now. I should be sleeping, but I'm still pushing, but with the little resources. If I have enough resources, I will charter an helicopter with about 1 million flyers and I will drop it down in Lagos this morning. I can do it. I will do the same thing, replicate it to every state. I'm talking about in the 80s, Fido Dido, 7-Up. They were dropping this stuff from the top. You will pick it, you will think, I think then they have the scratch something around it or something like that. How many people remember in the 80s, Nimosoyo? Because I remember it vividly well. It was an helicopter. They were dropping something, but it was 7-Up. If you remember, please put it in the comment section. This was in the 80s. Multi-loss secondary school. We can do whatever is needed to create awareness in the minds of the people as against what the politician wants. But if you don't have the fund, you can't do it. So Yoruba Nation is not something that we just sit on the screen like this and say 3 people listen, 10 people. No, we need to capture the minds of all the 60 million Yoruba people. How we want to do it has to be done by every one of us. But I, Koikimedia, I have the capacity to push every messages into the minds of the people. But you can't do it if you don't have the fund. If Biafra were paying $85,000 every month in 2019 to a lobby firm, even if people are against it then, is the result not coming up now? Do you see why we are saying that we can't sit back? We must continue to force and push until the door will be open. The Biafrans within them now are looking up to this woman to do exactly what they were telling our law firm to do for them. I hope ṣó ń jọra wọn tí mò ń sọ, ṣé ń gbọ́ dáadáa, ṣé kí n sọ lédè Yorùbá kẹ́ lè gbọ́ dáadáa. Ilé-iṣẹ́ tí àwọn Biafra ń sanwó fún, ilé-iṣẹ́ tó ń sanwó fún. Shout out to you, somebody's watching me from Ghana. Tó ń san $85,000 ní every month láti fi lobby. Trump's campaign in I believe 2019 stroke, go to the Bomusha, when Trump was campaigning to become the president going to 2020 before he lost that election. Nnamdi Kanu was invited by one of the senators. But all this was not coming cheap. It was expensive. It was expensive. That shows that they want to go and they were funding it. Not that our people don't want to fund our own, but our people are too highly intelligent. Nton shawa niyen. Jama ko fún Koiki àti Igboho báyìí. Jama ko fún Baba Akintoye. Jama ko fún wọn. Kí la máa fowó ṣe? Ṣé ti fún wa ní receipt. Ṣé ti kọ díìsì síta. À ń jàjàgbara. Ẹ fẹ́ ká máa fún yín ní receipt gbogbo nǹkan. So tí bá ra bọ́n nísìn mo gbọ́dọ̀ sọ fún yín lórí social media pé mo ra bọ́n. No, tí bá lọ ra bọ́n nísìn ṣé kí n jáde nísìn á ti ra bọ́n o. Ẹ bá wa jẹ́ ẹ bá wa yọ̀. Ẹ̀yin gan ni sọ pé orí òpè ọ̀dẹ̀ nìyẹn ọ̀dẹ̀ orí. Mo àtẹ̀rò pé gbọ́n àṣé òtẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n rárá. So you want me to tell you all the nitty-gritty of every penny that comes through me, what we've done with it, when we are still fighting the cause. And we want transparency. Ẹ lọ sí iléeṣẹ́ mi nìyẹn o. Àjàjàgbara nìyẹn. No, we want transparency. We want transparency. Ibi tí ìyàtọ̀ tiwa àtàwọn Igbo nìyẹn. Because nobody was questioning Nnamdi Kanu when he was using the money for what was needed for their quest to self-determination. Àdúrà àwọn máa ti gbà báyìí. Ó dà pé ẹ̀gbọ́n pàtó mọ̀ sọ. Ilé-iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n san $85,000 fún ẹni tí ó ní ilé-iṣẹ́ yẹn òun ni chief of staff o Donald Trump lénìí. And that was 4 years ago. Àṣírí àwọn tó jẹ́ pé èèyàn mẹ́ta ni wọ́n pick ọ̀rọ̀ rédíò yẹn after tí ó hang tí kò ṣe lọ síwájú kò ṣe lọ sẹ́yìn. Has anybody asked how much they are paying to services? Can we do more? We can't sit here and just be doing Facebook, YouTube and say, I think by Yoruba Nation. Yoruba Nation is bigger than YouTube and Facebook and TikTok. It's not about the numbers. The message is about the people on the ground. How do we convince them that this is the right way? How we do it is everybody's responsibility. Not lè ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn bá ti pè wá ọgbọ́n ọmọdé mi ta ló lọ́gbọ́n ọmọdé. Every Yoruba sons and daughters are intelligent people, highly intelligent people. If you don't support the movement, we are not moving anywhere. We will turn it to comedy. We will turn it to skits. Is that what you want? I don't think that's what we want. What we want is we want to pull out. And when we say we want to pull out, we want to pull out. We are competing with criminals that are managing our resources. All the governors are managing our resources on our behalf. They're criminals. Do you know that Seyi Makinde is preparing for 2027? I don't think some of you know that. Do you know how much that is going to cost him? Remember that Seyi Makinde is managing Oyo State. I think back call is too early in the morning, but let's see. Hello?
How are you?
Adopasa.
My name is because of security purpose.
Sorry about the platform too. We're speaking to international community. If it ever face Yoruba and so Yoruba anymore, there's no way I can speak Yoruba. There are some things that we will say in Yoruba, but I'm speaking to we're an international platform. So I'm Tabada in Jajangbara. Because if I say Nabi Maso Yoruba, because I'm talking to international people as well. Because we need the sympathy of people from the west, from the east, from the side, from India, from Pakistan, because they want to know why we're fighting. And if I don't speak in English, they might say that we are terrorists, we are this, we are that, because that is the narrative that the Nigerian government is pulling out, that we are secessionists. So we've got to speak in English, yeah. But there are some things that we will speak in Yoruba that, coming with about Yoruba, I now want to translate it now. I'm a translator, but again, when people say speak Yoruba, technology is there that even somebody that is listening to you can translate it straight away to English. But again, it's understandable. So, but I'm live now anyway, so more live your program.
It's all right, yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. I understand Town Yabani Eso Yoruba because Yoruba is to keep a message. But the world is global. Yoruba ta ama so yen na eni to ba fe tumo wa tumo fun won. It might not be in the large scale. So my come beru pe and so English. We're communicating to the world. And we must continue to speak in English. Now, let's listen to this from the Biafra media. Remember, this is the woman we're talking about, Ojuelele. Let's remove my background here so that I can Ojuelele Dada. That is the woman that I'm talking about. Her name is Susie, the current chief of staff, a very big position. Ilé-iṣẹ́ tó ní àwọn Biafra ń san $85,000 every month. Tó bá jẹ́ pé àwa nísìn a máa question bóyá owó yẹn débẹ̀ bóyá kò débẹ̀. I don't know how we got to that, but I pray. Yes, well, in Bolivia, Trump will support. The Biafra did not support Kamala Harris. Their support was for Trump because they knew underneath that as a 29, anyway, let's play the video quickly. Share button. Share the program and invite others to do so. I mean, we have to beg you to share the program. Unbelievable. But Klamashesi. So let me get the video. La, 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 la. And there's a lot of information that Tinubu are releasing on the canon. The meeting sign Botele because I feel like as a joker, but someone else won't listen. I think I watched it before I did my. There might be no more video here. Okay, we'll go and Yoruba Nation is a movement, and nobody can stop it. They can slow it down, they can do all sorts, but they can't stop it. Bear with me, because sometimes I think I watched it on my backup channel. That's why I can't find it. So I need to go to the history. Mokiawa Christina Olakpade. Sorry to say, maybe you can move to Dublin. Wama no Akpano Shedada Yoruba ti lomi lenu. Yeah, well, at some point, withdrawal needs to be done if this place is not conducive for me. For now, I don't see any threat from the UK government for me to be out of this part of the world. So far, there's no threat at the world for long, because I'm not doing anything that is against the UK government laws. So they listen to me. I know that. but I'm here, so I'm going to have to move it to this for us to listen. So let me first copy the link. I'm going to share the link of this video to our platforms as well. So far, there's no security threat for me to move out of the UK. The UK government is still giving me the security I need to be here. So this place is still the best option for me to be while I'm asking for the quest of the Yoruba people. So the link to the video I want to play has now been shared on our comment section, and I'm going to put on Twitter, and I'm also going to share it on our timeline. Moki Bugwala Nkonsi, very good morning. And thank you so much to every contribution to this platform, through your prayers, to my family, myself, through your adequate feedbacks, through your Koiki, please, we love you, but, you know, don't do this. Koiki, so, and all your messages, voice note. If you send me a message I've not replied, bear with me, because I'm the only one in charge of my 2 mobile phones, which are all in the public domain. So that means that I'm receiving messages. I spoke to people before I started this program. I spoke to somebody in Canada, in US, different time zone. It's because I'm awake. Tibati, so I can't speak to them because I know they were still awake as well. So, and I'm dealing with many messages. So now let me go and find a video that I want us to watch. I've posted it on my timeline here. Let's go and look for it. We come back to this Hausa man that is talking rubbish about Yoruba people. But I just more video in Jadi. Mokibu Konsi, a very good morning. It's coming up to 4 o'clock in the morning from London, where this program is generated from. All right, so what we're going to listen to now, so that is the Kanu lobbies becomes Trump's chief of staff, is the headline. This was produced by one of the Biafra media. And we're happy that the Biafra media, they're working around the clock to continue to educate and highlight.
I wish I knew earlier about this strange method that shrunk my prostate.
It's just a
After ignoring it for months, I find...
First time a woman will serve as the White House chief of staff. President-elect Donald Trump named co-campaign chair Susie Wiles to the role on Thursday. The chief of staff is often considered one of the most important unelected posts in Washington.
Okay, this video is 22 minutes. I won't be able to play all the 22 minutes. It will be too much. So we're going to give you a snip. When we say something is snip, it's just for you to see, listen to a little bit of it. I've shared a link. You can go and look for it as well if you can't find it. If you can't find it, let me put on my Twitter handle as well, which is X. I just done that already. So let's listen together. If I have to fast forward, I will, if otherwise, but let's listen together.
First time a woman will serve as the White House chief of staff. President-elect Donald Trump named co-campaign chair Susie Wiles to the role on Thursday. The chief of staff is often considered one of the most important unelected posts in Washington, D.C. Wiles has gained respect among Republican allies throughout her career in political campaigns, along with her work on the Trump 2024 campaign. She was his state director in Florida for the previous 2 contests.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Today is Thursday of November 2024. There is an information at my disposal that came yesterday. And what could that be? The presidency. When I mean the presidency, the federal government of Nigeria allegedly held meeting yesterday for them to start lobbying against Biafra agitation to the new government that is coming in America. That sounds funny, right? That sounds irrelevant. It doesn't make sense. How would presidency start lobbying against Biafra agitation and IPOB to the new president-elect? By the way, Trump has communicated to the presidents of South Africa, Egypt, and Kenya. I don't know whether he's sidelined the giant of Africa, but that is a topic for another day. Now, this is a disturbing news to the presidency. And why is it a disturbing news to the presidency? Stay with me throughout this video. I am going to decode one of the greatest secrets about Biafra agitation, Trump's government, and the Nigerian government that you have never heard before. Now, I am going to tell you that one of the most important things to Tinubu's government now is to convince the government of Donald J. Trump why there should not be secession in Nigeria. And why is it so? Donald J. Trump just announced that the co-chair of his campaign, Susie Wise, will be his own chief of staff. And who is Susie Wise? Susie Wise is the lobbyist of Nnamdi Kanu before the Congress in America. Nnamdi Kanu, through the IPO.
Because I don't have the video, so I want to do a bit of my own, voiceover on it. Susie White, woman, was a lobbyist that Kanu was using in 2019. Affirmed ilé-iṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ṣe ní support wa, I fẹ́ ra phone, I need owó, I'm very grateful that people are responding. And you respond all the time, I can't deny that. But we need you to respond more, because there's still a lot that this channel can do as not the only channel, but as one of the strongest channel to make sure that our people are liberated. That is what this channel is for, 24/7. And we have dedicated team that are ready to propagate the message. Láti jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn wá ní understanding ẹ̀. So this young man that is giving us this debrief is taking us back to why the Biafra are so excited, why the Biafra are so happy that they have somebody like Susie White as the person that will be the chief of staff. Nítorí pé it is going to bring a new dimension to their campaign and the quest. So I can see why December 2nd might mean a lot to the Biafra struggle. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ again. So you tell me, Biafra. We don't have anything to do with them, but maybe we can learn one or two things from them.
During the time Nnamdi Kanu had not been put into detention, was paying to the Wise company. She has a lobbying company that lobbies for people if you want to do anything. It's not only about the Biafra agitation. She lobbies for both tobacco companies and so many companies in America. Now, why is this a disturbing news? So the Wise personally have interest about the liberation of people who are being punished because of their self-determination.
She has interest only èròǹgbà tó dáa pé kí àwọn tó fẹ́ dá dúró kó dá dúró. Ìyẹn Susie White. Yoruba, how can I get a Yoruba Nation Club T? I don't understand what I mean by Club T. Bí a kẹ́ rephrase ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ fẹ́ kọ sá. Susie White, the current chief of staff, has interest for the people that wants to go. So even if we don't agree with Trump, but there's a woman there now that our interest might be our own interest, but our sanwó fún isn't, because our fún Fẹ́mi $85,000 every month. So the Biafra has so much money that they were taking out $85,000 to lobby. Ṣé rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ movement ó kọjá ìkẹta síbí. Let's continue. Go ahead. Àyà Tinubu ti ń já báyìí.
Interest about the liberation of people who are being punished because of their self-determination. She's in love with that. And that is why she found interest about Biafra agitation. Now, in the year 2020, they asked Nnamdi Kanu to come closer to.
And that is Nnamdi Kanu at the Donald Trump campaign in 2020. I hope you can all say it properly. Nnamdi Kanu lẹ́rìn yẹn, òun ló dé fìlà Trump yẹn. You can see Nnamdi Kanu right there. Ṣé rí pé wàhálà ìdààmú ti dé bá Nàìjíríà.
Donald Trump's campaign and so on and so forth.
So Nnamdi Kanu nìyẹn, attending Donald Trump's campaign rally. Abájọ tó ṣe ń lambast wa pé Yoruba people, you have the media, but you are sitting behind the fence instead of you to push your media and liberate your people. Is that not what we are doing now? Nígbà yẹn, Nnamdi Kanu dey abuse everybody. Na Nnamdi Kanu wan burn down Lagos. Lagos is gonna burn down láìpẹ́. Orí yóò pè. Bomb bastard all over the place. I'm trying láti má jẹ́ kí Instagram me with my utterances because I'll be off for 2 weeks. If not, I can fire in. Nnamdi Kanu fẹ́ jó Lagos o, Nnamdi Kanu máa jó Lagos o, ẹ gbà wá o. Nnamdi Kanu ló instigate EndSARS o. Evil Yoruba people, àwọn ìkà. Peter Pan wá ṣeré jàre. He pays every month on Koikimedia. This time around, the game will be different. Biafra just need the US backing. That is the game changer. Imagine like I was with Igboho for 2 weeks while he was in London. You want me to tell you everything I told him? Mumbo. Imagine every day Susie White is with Donald Trump. I say, you know those Biafra? Which is Biafra? You don't know about Biafra. Biafra are the people that wants to go. They want to liberate themselves and be free. They've been persecuted. They've been marginalized. They want to... Donald Trump, really? Is that what you want, Susie? Susie, is that what you want? All right. Release a press statement. Tell Tinubu to let them go. Movie chef a bere in Nigeria. Surely what any shut up. You don't know. I told you that this is the platform to my Joko. See, this is international platform. This is not those your blogging platform. This is not Aisha Yusuf platform. Some of you don't know how the game works. You put pressure in the cooker so that it can explode, so that the word will come. You want to sit in this little corner social media and you want Yoruba Nation. Yoruba Nation. Shut down the Muritala Mohammed Airport. Shut down the whole of Southwest and affect everybody, businesses around the world. They will be asking what is going on. So Yoruba people wants to go. Shut down all the factories operating in the Southwest. Shut them down as quickly as possible. Then they will start talking to us. But little space. I squeeze our CB by. So Biba not like the big back country. No. You want the world to know about you, you gotta create crisis. You want the world to know about you, you gotta create the crisis. That is what the world understands. That is the only language of the stupid world that we are living today. That is the only language. You create that crisis. If not, Britain will tell you 2075, Nigeria will get to become the world economy. The number of Nigeria will be the 5th economy. But Koiki, changes it in like way. I pray the God of the Biafra will give them the strength. Now I know why, if they can be paying $85,000 every month. Weapons to on Biafra. But if they still have all the weapons, they can't fight Nigerian government in a conventional war. They will finish them. But The Nigerian government dare not fight them in a guerrilla warfare. Tọ́ba bẹ̀rẹ̀ kí wọ ọmọ Yorùbá wá bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ òṣì kan, èpè ni màmá ṣẹ́ fún yín lójoojúmọ́ ní bíbá. Let them start and say, Koiki is going to affect everybody. Let it affect me as well and my family. Freedom, somebody must pay the price. You don't buy it at Ojo Elegba. My brother from the Biafra media. Below the scene. Ìbẹ̀rù ló fẹ́ pa wá, ikú ò tí ì àti fi para wa kíkú tó dé, tí ikú bá wá dé ńkọ́. Lóhùn sókè brother mi, below the scene. Má bínú, fóònù yóò dá púpọ̀ ni. Ẹ má ṣe sí, manager náà ni. They lose software. Yeah.
They asked Nnamdi Kanu to come closer to Donald Trump's campaign and so on and so forth, so that when Donald Trump becomes the 46th president of America, it will be easier for them to do everything they have planned. Unfortunately, Donald Trump lost the election. During the campaign, you saw Nnamdi Kanu was invited by the head of Republican Party in the state of Iowa. Nnamdi Kanu was there in the VIP, the news trended, the period, but people don't understand what was going on, underground, if I may say so. Now, after Donald Trump lost the election, it seems that the whole plan has been shattered. And the new government that came in, that is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Let me leave that for the seconds. Tinubu is there now. No more Yoruba nation. Everybody has gone to sleep. Igboho don't collect money. Koiki is not talking about. They forgot that you have to re-strategize, especially if you have been compromised. You have to go back on the round table and redo things differently and increase the awareness back again in the light of the Koiki, Yoruba nation last year, Yoruba nation now. If you want power, the Biafra never lost hope, even with their $85,000 every month. They didn't lose hope. For 4 years, Democrat was in power, and they kept quiet with all the atrocity happening in Africa. Democrats that many black people love so much was in power for 4 years, and they were persecuting Christians around the world. They kept quiet. They kept muted. You know why? Because they are not interested. Check out body SNLA. How long have I done? 2 hours more so I gotta go back to bed in the next 28 minutes. I can push this, I can go this.
And Kamala Harris, they don't have interest about people who are dying. And that is why even when so many people were massacred, orchestrated massacred against the Christians on Christmas Eve, where they killed almost 200 and something people, they sacked the village in Plateau State, the whole world leaders almost reacted, but America did not react because they don't find interest in doing all those things. The only thing they have interest is that Nigeria should be able to allow men who want to become women to become women.
Welcome to the Wimper Clinic, the UK's leading hair transplant clinic.
Since 19.
To allow men who want to become women to become women, people who want to become cats to become cats, they should allow everybody to live the way they want. That is what interests Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Now, here is the tension. This woman has been appointed by Trump as the chief of staff. And this is the most important thing to the Nigerian government at this moment. Why? Because their agitation, despite Nnamdi Kanu's invitation, is going to get a new twist. And people don't understand how the international politics controls a lot of things that happen in Nigeria. Before I go forward, let me just digress a little to tell you that the Democrats, their party, that is the left wing of the United States politics. They are responsible for so many things that are going on in Nigeria. I could remember how Koikimedia Jonathan went to Barack Obama and begged Barack Obama, I need help in my country to fight against Boko Haram because people are sponsoring these terrorists and so on and so forth. Barack Obama was looking at Jonathan like someone who is non-entity because for him, he has killed Gaddafi and he's ready to do undo to any president in Africa. That power was intoxicating him. So Barack Obama single-handedly facilitated the removal of Goodluck Jonathan. Even while Nigeria election was going, Barack Obama sent troops to Ghana, waiting in Ghana. If anything happened, they would have to remove Jonathan. So Jonathan saw all those things and he gave up by making call to Buhari, even when Professor Akahiro Jega, the chairman then, has not.
And the same Buhari, Opadapa, 28,000 Yoruba people. Moke Olakunle. The same Buhari tí Tinubu lọ gbé wá fún wa ó pa 28,000 Yoruba people. Buhari ọ̀hún náà dà nísìn olórí burúkú ọmọ Fúlàní níbo ló ṣe ẹ wà nísìn ó kú ni ó rùn ni àkókò mọ́. So now ṣé kò jẹ́ ká máa accept pé lóòótọ́ ni Buhari ti kú because àwọn Biafra náwó what penetrate ibi tó yẹ kó penetrate. You think $85,000 na small money? It's not $8,500. Oh, it's not $850. $85,000 every month they were paying for lobbyists.
How's the election? Now, let us come back to what is happening. Why the federal government is interested to negotiating to the new government that is coming to America because they are afraid that the government is going to wholeheartedly support Biafra agitation because of marginalization and persecution of the minority people from across Africa. Let's dive into the news. So, following this development, Sahara Reporters published yesterday that how Donald Trump's new chief of staff, Susie Wise.
I can read that part myself here because I got the news myself here. Let's read it from here myself quickly. According to the report, days ago, Trump, who defeated Vice President Mukaveke, picked that this is a trending news in the Biafra cycle. Because our Yoruba, tó bá ti dọ̀rọ̀ Biafra yẹn ṣe làwọn kan tẹ̀ fi gbọ́n kankan nípa ẹ̀. Ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ Simon Ekpa níbí báyìí. Ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ Nnamdi Kanu níbí báyìí. We hate them, they hate us. We don't like them, they don't like us. But lórí self-determination, let's pull the energy together and dissolve Nigeria. That's what we're asking for. I'm not saying that we want to do government together. Koiki, don't trust Biafra. Do you trust all your family? The one that you trust to help you build a house in your village, did they build it? The one that you send money to just to give to somebody else, they spend it. Did you kill them? So Ejekawa, a little bit, we're talking about something that has to do with lives here now. Do you think that Simon Ekpa is joking? Do I look like somebody that is joking? So why then are we trying to push and say, I don't have anything to do with Simon Ekpa. I don't have anything to do with Biafra. It's not all the Igbos that wants to go. So there will be people, they hate us like shit. There's no doubt about it. But on the self-determination, we can work together and pull out. That's what we're saying. The utterances against us is nasty. Yes, there's no doubt about it. We have accommodated them. They've become nasty. Well, that is understandable. But they want to go on the freedom of self-determination. Let's do that together. That's what we are saying. That's what we are saying. Tony Aegis Muriembe. Mukenta on our Instagram. Shout out to those of you on the Twitter. That's all I am saying. Koiki, shall trust Mosha? Do you trust yourself? Can we do this alone? 3 major indigenous people in one country. 2 are agitating to go. 2 are asking for the amalgamation. two are saying that this is not working. One is still not sure because Hausa people are not sure. They don't even know what they want. So these two needs to have a strong energy to push down that country you call Nigeria and knock it off completely. Yes, Nigeria is still existing. Until Nigeria complete its tenure to dissolve, we will continue to call attention of our governors to take care of our people because we don't have a Yoruba government now. If anybody tell you there's a Yoruba government somewhere, those are bomb busters. There's no Yoruba government anywhere yet. But we must prepare to the final exit. This program ends in 15 minutes. It won't go more than that because I got to go back to bed. So let's move swiftly. According to Sarah Reporter, Susie Willis, the newly announced Chief of Staff to United States President-elect Donald Trump, was one woman that Nnamdi Kanu was paying a lobby firm $85,000 every month, according to the report. Was a co-chair of a lobbying firm that was hired by the indigenous people of Biafra in 2019, and the two parties extensively worked together. Records have shown work together. What just shishe papo. So this Susie Willis lobbying firm and the IPOB worked together. What do you think they were working together for? For the liberation of the Biafrans. What do you think we're doing this for? Is to liberate our people. There are many Yoruba people that are not interested in liberating their people. Are we going to use that as an eye mark not to do what we are doing? So days ago, Trump, who defeated Vice President Kamala Harris in the tight presidential contest, had selected his campaign manager, Susie Willis, to serve as his new chief of staff. Susie Willis will be the first woman to serve as a chief of staff. What a very strong opportunity for someone that the IPOB worked with. I don't think you know the influence of what this means. It is a big deal. Just like our letter was a big deal. Our letter might not mean anything to you now, Abi, but by the time it becomes meaningful, it will just be like this. 4 years is taking the IPOB to want to gain what was invested. Investing in this movement, you are not losing anything. Àti náwó, àti nora. Why do you think we are doing sleepless nights? Why do you think we are on continuously? I don't have to go into all the details. I can wrap up programming. We took a letter to Downing Street. Yoruba people were against it because they don't know the importance of such a letter. But the Hausa Fulani people, Hausa and Fulani, two different people. Hausa and Fulani, two different. But it's the Fulani that is against Igbo. And imagine a Fulani man saying to us that they should go and arrest Igbo for putting out a letter to 10 Downing Street. That letter to you is nothing, but to us is a message. Just as IPOB to Susie Willis in 2019 was nothing to some people, but today, do you know that I won't be surprised even before Donald Trump is sworn in, he'll be questioning UK wickedness of not talking about Nnamdi Kanu incarceration in the DSS custody. Before Donald Trump will start pushing Nigeria to know why you are holding him after you kidnap. Do you know that that is going to be a game changer? After you kidnap him and rendition him back, you think that Susie Willis is not going to speak to Donald Trump and say, look, there's a young man called Nnamdi Kanu that this government of Nigeria kidnapped from Kenya, rendition back to Nigeria. And the first thing Donald Trump might ask is, what was his offense? Oh, he's only fighting for the freedom of his people. Really? Fighting for the freedom of the people. Put a call to Nigerian government. Let me speak to Tinubu. Tinubu Amato Sarani. Hey, Tinubu, come here. Come here. What is going on in Nigeria? I'm told that there's a young man called Kanu. That you kidnap Tinubu, Donald Trump. I didn't kidnap him. I didn't kidnap Buhari. So since you have been there, what have you done? Moki Abiodun George. It is going to be an interesting time. And this is a time for Yoruba people to push out. Whatever the push out means to you, if we don't push out, Donald Trump the Democrat battle or I don't know. But for now, the power change, we have to align with the power change. Could I say, I might trust Donald Trump? It does not matter. Whatever can liberate us from Nigeria. But Donald Trump is not going to come down and help us. We need to liberate ourselves and work with the Biafra. That is what we are saying. So December that they are coming up with, I don't know what we want to do. I am not the leader. I am just the media. But I am in touch with our leaders. But Babakito, you have spoken. Share the problem, Tamo Yoruba, I'm expecting it, but you want Babakito to speak out like me. Go possible. The old man, the elderly emeritus, told us that the only way to get Yoruba nation is for us to fight for it. What do you think he's talking about? Ẹni tó bá lè ra àdá sílé ẹ lọ ra àdá. Ẹni tó bá lè dira ẹ dira. Gbogbo ntolúkálùkù bá ní pátá láti fi jàjàyè ní kàrà. Tó bá lè ra ìbọn lọ ra ìbọn pamọ́. There will be war in Nigeria. The Fulanis will fight now. And they will want to kill as many Yoruba people. And we must protect ourselves and our family and our loved ones. Don't trust any one of them. I'm not taking any calls. And don't pay. Emma Binu. I think by call at the program. Hello, more live program. Right? To defend yourself, because all those sleeper cells that you are seeing as ordinary Okada riders, they all have weapons. You're right, Mr. Okekayode says, the letter to number 10 Downing Street was the game changer in our struggle. I don't know the content, but I know that it was a game changer. So thank you so much, Mr. Waris Jinodu. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. I hope you've enjoyed the program. If you've done, please share the program and tell others to do so as well. And like I said, this struggle is a fight till the last blood we dropped. I am not scared to always tell you that Ukraine is fighting a war, Yoruba will fight a war. Amajaoguni. From the media perspective, not from our leaders. But our leaders have told us that you will not gain any traction of international community if we do not involve crises with this movement. As much as we call it peaceful movement, there's nothing called peace in the world. I'm just about 5 minutes to end of the program. Because think of continue peace. Ilé ayé tá ń gbé nísìn kí n sọ Yorùbá fún ìwọ̀nba díẹ̀ tó kù. Ìkà ló wà nínú ẹ̀. Àwọn ìkà ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹ́ ká lọ. Àwọn tó ń control omi wa wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation. Àwọn tó ń control economy wa wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation. Àwọn tó ń control òfurufú, which is your satellite, because most of it low, it might be underwater cable, but on the satellite now, wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ lọ. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó wà lágbàáyé tó fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ lọ. India ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ lọ. Pakistan ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ lọ. Wọ́n dẹ̀ operate lórí ilẹ̀ wa. Chinese ò fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ lọ. UK, America gan fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ lọ. Gbogbo ò lè wà nílé. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé oníṣẹ́ tó pọ̀ tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe. Ẹ̀ ń dúró kí bàbá Akíntóyè fún yín ní ọ̀dà. Ẹ̀ ń dúró kí Ìgbòho fún wa ní ọ̀dà. Àwọn leaders wa ti sọ̀rọ̀ ó kù sáwà lọ́wọ́. Bàbá yẹn ń jáde lójoojúmọ́. Body language ẹ̀ àti ti Ìgbòho ń sọ fún wa pé a ti ṣetán. But ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé ẹ̀ activate láti sọ pé ti ready. Ìgbòho need láti wà nínú Nàìjíríà ká tó sọ fún ọ̀pá fẹ́ lọ. Bàbá Akíntóyè need láti wà nínú Nàìjíríà. Diaspora need láti wálé. But as a journalist, I will be on the ground. I can assure you that. As a journalist. And I will train how to use the weapon. Because every journalist must know how to use a weapon because of the enemies in the battlefield. Go and learn how to use a weapon to defend yourself. It might not be tonight, but I can tell you that Yoruba, Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ ò lè sọ pé àníjà. Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀, Kábíyèsí Ọ̀jájá the second, wọ́n ti rí owó ọmọ bó ṣe fẹ́ sọ fún wa. Ẹni mi ni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹni tó bá súnmọ́ Kábíyèsí, ẹ cut video ẹ̀ pé kó gbé fún Kábíyèsí pé ṣé tòótọ́ ni Koiki sọ. Pé ṣé wọ́n rí ẹni gbogbo ibi tí wọ́n ti ń lọ tó ń lọ sínú ìgbàlẹ̀ tó ń lọ sínú kinní kan yẹn in the spiritual realm. Ṣé ibì kan wà tó sọ fún wọn pé Yorùbá ò ní jà ká tó gbára wa sílẹ̀? Then kí ló ń ba gbogbo wọn lẹ́rù? Kí ló dé tó ń fọwọ́ aago sẹ́yìn? Tó sọ fún wa ká prepare ara wa dáadáa fún ọdún méjì ká dẹ̀ jàjà yìí. Ká dẹ̀ end Nigeria. Ká lọ prepare now fún ọdún méjì kó sọ fún gbogbo àwọn tó jálágbára lẹ̀ Yorùbá kó lọ múra sílẹ̀ fógun fọdún méjì. Gbogbo etí Kábíyèsí ń ṣe tó ń lọ pàtí káàkiri yẹn wọ́n ní láti wọnú scared room wọn for the next 2 years. Ká lè jàjà ìdílẹ̀. Anything short of that, ó máa ní damage tó bó ṣe yẹ lọ. Kí Kábíyèsí slow down lórí àwọn party tó ń lọ for now. Ó ń distract mind ẹ̀mí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. gbogbo òde tó ń lọ yẹn kó slow down lórí ẹ̀ for now. Àti wà lójú ogun báyìí. We are now at war pẹ̀lú àwọn Fúlàní. Ọ̀ọ̀ni dẹ̀ mọ̀, kábíyèsí mọ̀ ní tí mò ń sọ yìí. Ẹ bá mi sọ fún kábíyèsí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá súnmọ́ wọn pé kó slow down. Wọ́n lè pa kábíyèsí, but there's also an attempt to his life. But wọ́n lè rí wọn pa. Spiritually, they can't kill him, but they will attempt to. So he needs to slow down for now. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀ ìbí wa, kàgbéga, kàgbéga, kàgbéga fàlérí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé láti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹjẹ ká máa lépa. Ìtẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn la máa sùn. Good night.